Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part in the video series. This is the DVF wrap dress following the Vogue V2000 pattern. And so we just got finished cutting out all of our pattern pieces onto our fabric, tracing over the markings from the pattern to the fabric. And now we're starting to, now we're ready for the actual construction part where we're taking those pieces and putting them together to make our dress. So the first part we're going to work on is the bodice front and skirt front. And basically we're going to be working with piece number 7, the front facing, but we're not going to be working with the pattern pieces right now. We're going to just be working with the matching 2 pieces of interfacing. So we're going to move the fabric pieces to the side, and then the other piece we're going to be working with is pattern piece number 1, which is the bodice front. And so basically we're just going to be taking our bodice front fabric, and we're going to be basically applying the interfacing to this outer edge here. And then we'll take, let me actually flip that around correctly. We'll take our iron, and we will fuse the interfacing to the outer edge of the pieces here. So the type of interfacing that we are using is Pellon fusible featherweight interfacing, style number 911FF. This is lightweight to mid-weight fusible stabilizer. That's how it looks. I got this from Joann's, which is closing. So I'll have to find some other source, but this is what I normally use. I have quite a few packs of this. I usually just buy the 1 yard packs, but you can actually buy it off of a bolt, so you can get several yards at a time. It's probably cheaper if I do it that way, so I may start buying it off of the bolt instead of buying it in these 1 yard packs. I think these packs are usually about $4.99 a pack. So this is what I normally use for interfacing. All right, and then I'll read the general directions on how to fuse this to our fabric. So basically, you're gonna trim and steam base first. So you pin your pattern piece to the fusible featherweight, following the grain line and arrows and cut. You trim the seam allowances to 1/4. Place the fusible side of the fusible featherweight against the wrong side of the fabric. So basically, it'll have a smooth side and a rough side to the interfacing. So you want to put the rough side down onto the wrong side of the fabric, because that'll be what the bubbles or the bumps are what's going to be fusing to make the interfacing stick to the fabric. And so basically, place the fusible side. The fusible side is the bumpy or the rough side of the featherweight against the wrong side of the fabric. And then you want to pin and then steam base along the edges with the tip of the iron. You want to remove the pins, and then to actually fuse it, you're going to cover your piece with a damp press cloth. So I have my pressing cloth here. Iron is over here. Cover with a damp press cloth, and then with our iron, you set it to the wool steam setting. Press firmly in place for a full 10 seconds, and you're basically press and repeat, overlapping until all the interfacing is fused. And then you steam press on the right side of the fabric, and then you let it cool, and then you check to make sure that the interfacing has fused. So that's kind of the general idea of how it's gonna go. We'll put the pressing cloth to the side. I'm actually probably gonna have to run and dampen this because right now it's just dry. Okay, and so we're gonna go. There's one more thing we have to do before we start lining things up and getting them fused. The directions calls for us to trim 5/8 inches from the outer edge of the interfacing. If you look on the screen, that's the upper right hand corner picture there, where we're going to basically be trimming off 5/8 from this edge here, from both of our interface pieces. So I have them clipped together right now, and then off camera I just took my ruler and I just put a bunch of dots 5/8 from the edge of the interfacing up to 5/8. So I just kind of took and did a bunch of dots all the way down, so I can just take my scissors and cut across there. I'm not going to use a rotary for that one, just going to use the regular scissors. But I'll hold this up a little bit, but I did as you can see, make a lot of little dots here all the way along there. So let's go ahead and do that right quick so we can get ready to do our fusing. So I'm just gonna try to follow these dots along here. And we're just gonna keep cutting. It's been a minute since I've used my scissors here. Gotten so used to the rotary. The scissors definitely give it a lot rougher of a cut. Probably not as straight as it should be. All right, so I'm gonna toss this away. So that's 5/8 trim. The directions on the interfacing, the fusing instructions, it says 1/4. Trim the seam allowances to 1/4, but we're gonna go with what the actual pattern directions say, and trim 5/8 just from that particular edge. On the interface instructions, says trim the seam allowances to 1/4, but we're gonna do 5/8 like our instructions told us to. All right, so we got that trimmed down. Gonna put our scissors over here to the side. All right, and so let's go ahead and get our piece here. This is our our bodice front piece here. Just gonna slide everything up a little bit. And I have my my cutting board underneath here. I usually just iron on the ironing board, but I wanted to just show everything here. So I just made a little makeshift ironing board. Hopefully it gives enough stiffness so I can fuse everything properly. So we have our two pieces. So what we're gonna do is gonna go ahead and unclip the fabric from our paper, unclip and unpin. Gonna sit our pins over here in case we need them. All right, and once again, everything should still be marked as we need it, but I'll just lay this to the side so if we need to reference, we can. All right, so this is the wrong side of the fabric. This, we flip it over, this is also the wrong side of the fabric. You can see our faint markings here. So first I'm gonna go ahead and separate our two pieces here. And we're just gonna do one piece at a time. And I'm also gonna separate our interface pieces here. All right, it's gonna wake my iron back up here. And I put some water in here earlier, so we're ready to steam when we need to. And so let's see, so this is the wrong side, so that means we need the interface piece with the rough side that'll match that side. So let's see which one we got here. I think this is the right piece here. Yep, so this is the smooth side, this is the rough side. And we're just gonna at least try to line up our markings, because we have markings. I still mark the interface, and I have our fabric marked as well. So those are kind of lining up there. We can also line up off of the off of our triangle slits, and we should have, according to the pattern, it should be one down here and then one at the top somewhere. So let's see if we can find those. I see the one on the interface, and I kind of see the one here a little bit there. So we're just gonna line those up, and then I'm gonna pin with my metal silk pins, so I can be able to iron on the top of those. Okay. Let's try to line that up a little bit better there. just try that again. Okay, let's get another pen. Let's take one around here. Just gonna sit this other piece to the side here. Okay. Just trying to make sure everything is flat because it looks a little short on that end. But when we crease everything out, it matches up a little bit better. So just gotta make sure everything is flat. Put another pen here. Let's grab another pen. I kind of wish I would have marked both sides of my interfacing because now I'm kind of losing my markings a little bit because I'm laying the interface on top of the fabric. I'm not able to see the mark on the fabric, and then I actually marked the opposite side of the interfacing when I probably should have marked both sides. I will just have to try to remember that the next time, but we will just try to make do as we have it now. Put another pin there. Okay, let me reposition this guy. Got a little bit of a shift. And then we'll put one down at the end. Okay. Gonna see if I might need to line up the bottom one down here again. Kind of shift it a little bit. So I'm gonna try to move it a little bit lower. Okay. I think that's okay. Let's see. Man, I gotta line it up a little bit here. Might have to shift this other piece up a little bit. This fabric is very stretchy, so it's kind of stretching a little bit out of place. Just want to make sure it's flat. Yeah, I may have to lift up this towel and just try to iron on directly onto the either the table or the cutting mat. for some reason the pen doesn't want to stay there. I may have to move my pen up and just try to iron that by itself there. Yeah, I have to just trust the process on that one, which is fine. I can do that. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to steam baste. So we're gonna take our iron. Hopefully it looks back up here. I have it on satin. I might drop it a little bit to nylon while we do our steam basting here. So let's do that. I know it says do the edges, but we're kind of such a small piece of fabric, so we're just gonna go for it how it is. Okay, I think we're steam basted pretty good. Just very lightly and gently, because we'll have to redo it anyway. Okay, looks pretty good. And then at this point we should be able to unpin it because it is steam based now. So as you can see, it's kind of got a little bit of stick to it, so that's good. I'm gonna take these pins out. Okay. All right, so we got it steam basted, and then we're going to remove. So we remove the pins, and then now we're gonna cover with our damp press cloth, and then we're gonna bump it up, bump up our iron. It says to wool. To the wool steam setting. And then press firmly in place. So let me get, I'm gonna go and dampen my pressing cloth right quick, and I will be back. All right, so we got our pressing cloth damp. I'm still off camera. Just gonna get rid of a little bit of this water. I might have overdone it a little bit. Just gonna get rid of a little bit of the water here. Because we just want it damp, not wet, but damp. Okay. Just gonna move this over to the side, and I'm gonna try to put our pressing cloth piece the best we can here. All right, so now we're gonna press and steam press. 10 seconds, so 10 seconds for each press. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we're gonna lift and do the next section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. It's looking good. Do the next little section here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to do the end here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then we'll do our little tip here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna set our iron to the side. Take our pressing cloth off, and everything looks like it's fused. Pretty good there. And then it also says to steam press on the right side. So let's turn it on to the right side and do a steam press. Move our pressing cloth here. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Take our pressing cloth. Oops. Okay. And then we're just gonna steam press. Alright. Cool. And it looks like we're just gonna check the bond on that. I think it's pretty good. Alright, cool. And it doesn't seem like our cutting board like that, because I kind of feel it bubbling up a little bit. I hope I just didn't make a bad decision, because now it's not flat. Yeah, it's a little warped, so that was not a good decision. I might have to get a new cutting board. Kind of wanted a new one anyway, a bigger one. So that was not the best plan there. Well, at least it's not completely destroyed, I hope. Okay, so we got this one piece fused. There you go. You see that? Okay. So we're gonna put this to the side and do our repeat and do our other piece. So this is the wrong side. And so we'll be applying the interfacing to this piece, this side here. I can see my little triangles here, and there's one there. And then we can also line up using our markings here. So our rough side is here. This is our rough side. So we're going to flip over here. We're going to line up here. Okay, I'm lining up, and we're gonna pin. Let's grab our pins. Gonna use our metal pins again here. Okay, just going to line it up along here, get another pin. Okay, just keep walking along the edge here. Okay. Okay, just trying to make sure we get all the way to the end there. We have to stretch the interfacing a little bit, try to flatten as much as we can there. Trying to make sure that I'm not pinning to the towel. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is remove this towel because I need a flat surface. It's a little bit hard to see our piece, but just want to make sure that we're getting fitting everything correctly. I think I may pin the end there first and then I'll work my way back down. just gonna stick a pin down here. And then try to line up from there. Turn this a little bit so I can see what's going on. Get another pin. Put a few more in here. Just repositioning that last one again. Okay. Maybe reposition this one on the end a little bit too. I hear you. The iron is not very happy waiting. This pinning again. I have to remove some of these. I'm not quite sure yet because they're a little short down at the end. I think this is because we're on a curve too. That does not help the situation. But I think this is good. It's not going to be perfect. Okay. Everything pinned. So now we're going to, I think my pressing cloth is still a little bit damp. And we're just going to steam baste. See if I can wake my iron up here. Let's bring it down. Put it on satin or nylon. Let's do satin. Because I think this is a silk pressing cloth. Let's do, it may have silk in here. Let's find the silk. Has a different setting. So let's see. There, that's silk. And I'm just going to base. Okay. I think I'm gonna get my towel back here. We'll just try one side of the towel. And we'll try to run that base again. going to make sure that's flat as possible. Gonna put our pressing cloth back over because I don't think that basted very well. Just gonna try to reline everything back up again. Try to base that one more time with our seam base. Move everything up a little bit so you guys can see in the video. And we're just taking this and we're steam basting. Basically just taking the steam button and pressing it out that way. Okay, want it just enough so we can remove the pins. That's the goal, is to try to remove those pins. So I think we're good enough. Feels pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and take out our pins here. Before we baste again and kind of permanent press on that with the steam, and then we'll bump our temperature up on our iron up to the wool setting. So I'm just going to try to make sure everything is as flat as it can be. And just going to look at the instructions again here. So now we're ready to do our fusing. So we cover with our damp pressing cloth and iron set to wool steam. Press firmly in place for 10 seconds and then repeat. And then we'll flip it over, steam, and press on the right side. Okay. So we're just getting our pressing cloth in place here. And we're gonna go up to our wool setting. I might back it down a little bit to polyester. Let's try that. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Move on to the next section. Give it a little steam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just moving on down here. Give it a little steam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just gotta keep kind of lifting up because the iron does not like being in one place the same at a long time, which is a safety feature, which is good. Okay. Let's check, see how we're doing. Looks pretty good. Looks fused. And then we're going to flip over to our right side. And it says it wants us to just steam and press. Steam and press the right side. So we'll do that. Still gonna keep using our pressing cloth because this fabric is pretty thin. Just don't want to damage the fabric trying to fuse everything together. So we're just gonna steam and press. Okay, I think we're good on that. All right, so let's check it out. Put our pressing cloth to the side here. I'm just gonna fold it up. Put that away for later because I'm sure we'll need it again. And I'm just gonna check the fuse of it. Looks pretty good. Good enough to sew against. So I think we're good on there. Alright. Okay, so there are our two pieces with our interface applied. I'll get the other piece over here. And there we go. Looks good. All right. So our next piece we'll be doing will be let's see, we're going to be stitching our darts in our bodice front. So our darts are here. We got them marked very lightly, but you can see them here. So we'll basically, I'll have to pin these darts here like so. And then you run a stitch line through there. And we'll do the same on the other side. Pin the darts and then run a stitch. And then the next step to the same piece will be gathering between here and here is where we'll gather. So I'll basically run 2 basting stitches here, and then we bunch the fabric up together. I'll pull out the pattern piece so you can actually see here. So we're regathering in between these two dots here. Then here's our dart there. So those are the next two things we'll be tackling in our next video, on our next part. So tune in and I will see you guys again. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I have to get in the habit of saying that. I'm very new to this whole video thing, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, so you'll get a notification each time I upload a video, or sometimes I just go and do some live streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So you can join me on those as well if you want to see some live work. All right, I'm gonna stop now and thank you for joining in.